everybody, it's Sam here. Thank you for watching today. So I'm going to show you how to make the Cascading Gatefold card in a 6x6 version. So after I shared the 5x7 maybe 3 to 4 weeks ago, I had a lot of people ask for the 6x6. So this is what I've come up with here. So you've got the belly band wrapped around there. So if you haven't seen this style, I'll link the 5x7 now. When you open it up, you'll have this cascade piece or concertina piece that pops out, and then you have your gatefold at either side. So I've done this lovely thank you butterfly card. You can see that's how it looks when it's displayed. Really, really pretty. I love the colours in this one and the papers that I've used. And then on the back, you've got your space to be able to write your message. You could, if you want, you know, have a little message wrote on the sides here if you don't want to have it on the back. You could even have something on these sections here if you want to. Really lovely to make. If you prefer 5x7, like I said, you've not seen it, check out the playlist there of the other cascade styles that I have. I've also got ones where I've not added it into a gatefold and it's just the cascade, the middle piece on its own. So you can check out that one as well. And then it's all held together with the belly band, which I've kept quite simple on the front because the idea is it's displayed open. So let me show you how to make it. Okay, so to start off, you're going to need to make the 6x6 gatefold. Now, if you don't want to have a little spine on the side, which will just allow for the bulk of the concertina part inside, then you could just have a piece of 12x6 and you want to score at 3 and 9. That's just your standard 6x6 gatefold card. But I want to add, just like I did in the 5x7, this little spine here, and it's just going to allow for this when it's all inside with your mats and layers. So to do this, we're going to a deconstructed gatefold. So it's a piece of 9.5x6, and you want to score this piece at 3, 3 1/4, and 9 1/4. I'll turn over that way you can see. I'll just go over mine. So 3, 3 1/4, and 9 1/4. Okay. You'll then want this piece extra, which we're going to attach, and this is 3 1/4x6. Along the 3 1/4 side, you just want to score at 1/4 inch. Okay. Fold and burnish all of the score lines, and you'll have something like this. So we've got half of the gatefold. This piece is now going to just attach there. And I just thought by doing it that way, you won't really see the join. And it's going to be hidden even when you open this side. With all the decoration inside, you're not really going to notice any of that. So whilst I've got that here, I'm going to get that stuck down, and I'm going to use my strong glue here. So I'm just going to run my glue all down the side, and then I like to just spread some of the glue out. Just stick that over the top until you line it back up again. So while that bit's drying, you want to cut yourself 2 pieces of 12x6, and these are going to form the concertina kind of spring piece that comes out of the card. So along the 12-inch side, you'll do the same scoring on both pieces. You're going to score at 1/2 inch, 3 3/8, 6 1/4, and 9 1/8. Okay, then you want to mark 2 inches up. So you've got your tab end here, the opposite end from the bottom up, you just want to mark 2 inches like so. Then using your trimmer, you're going to cut from the top of this point here, not the very end of the card. You don't want to do anything with that tab. You need to keep that whole. You're going to cut from this point here down to the pencil. Any of you that have made the 5x7 version, it's exactly the same. So I'm just lining up the pencil there. I think I'm probably just out of camera shot because I can't get this all in, but I've just lined up both. So now when you cut it away, got a little bit of the pencil showing there, but you can see where I've cut from the top there all the way across. Do that on both pieces. Next, you want to do some cutting. So I'll just bring in the other one that I'd already done here so you can see my 2 like this. You've got your score line here with the tab, then you've got another score line, and then this one. So let's call this the 3rd score line. On both of them, one of them you're going to cut down halfway. On the other one, you're going to cut up halfway. If you want to mark, you know, measure that with a ruler, you can, but I'm just going to eyeball it. So first of all, I'm going to cut down this one. I'm going to go just slightly past halfway, like so. And then I'm going to remove the score line. Just take away any of that bulk, like so. If I lay that down, you can see that I've taken a chunk out of it. So then on this one, I'm going to come up from the bottom. Again, just a little bit over halfway. Don't worry if you end up cutting too much. Once we stick it to the card, it's all going to, you know, it's going to sort itself out. Again, just taking away a little bit of the bulk. Just by the time you've got your pattern paper on there, and if you've embossed some of it like I have, then it's going to need that little bit taken away. What's going to happen is you're going to slot them into each other like this. Okay, like I said, don't worry if they wobble about, all that kind of thing right now, it doesn't matter. So cross them over like this, and then you open it up like this. The two at the front, you want them to fold in, so they are now facing each other. And then the back two are going to go in like so. And then you should be left with your two tabs, like so. That's how we're going to attach it to the card. Now, when you've got them, do one at a time. If you just snip off whatever's showing there, and again, I'm just going to come down that side and just snip that away. So you should have now something like that. Like I said, don't worry if it's wobbling about at the moment, that will all sort itself out when we stick it down. So now this is all dry, this is going to stick inside here, and you should see it fit nicely between the doors, and then that closes up like so. So I'm going to stick one down at a time. So I'm going to do this side first. So I'm just going to add my glue and just flip that over. Make sure the bottom lines up. And make sure you got it equally spaced either side there. And then I'm going to just fold it in half, and I can put my glue now down on this tab here. And then again, I'm just going to fold that over like so. I've obviously gone a little bit higher with my cutting, so I'm just going to trim that in a minute so it's not poking out the top like it is there. So just give that a second to dry. Okay, next I have cut these two pieces here, which are 2 3/4 by 5 3/4, and they're going to go behind here, so it's going to cover that join. You don't see too much of the pattern at the minute, but once the card is open, then you will see more of this. And then I've got this one going here. The papers I'm using are from my Twist and Pop paper pad, Scenes one, and I'm using this one here, which has got that lovely kind of meadow. So I've got those two in pattern paper there. I've then got another two, so I'm going to start creating this scene now, and they're going to go either side. So again, 2 3/4 by 5 3/4. And then I have got another two in the same size but in white, and I've embossed these, and they're going to go on the front there, and then I'll be adding my belly band. And then I've cut this piece, which is 5 3/4 squared. I'm going to stamp a message there, and I'm going to stick this onto the back. So I'm going to get all of that done now. Okay, so that's all stuck down. So I've already gone ahead and started on one of the sides, and then I've got all the sizes for the opposite side. So the embossing folder I've used is my Made to Surprise Zig Zag embossing folder. So what you want to do now is decide how you want to decorate all of these panels. Now I've got a white embossed one, which is going to go in there. Then I've got another pattern. Again, I'm using that same pattern paper because I just want to create this little scene. And then I've got another white one, and then I'm going to finish with that one on that side just there. So that's how I'm going to decorate it. So the measurements you're going to need, but you're going to have to cut on different angles for each side. So this white piece, or whatever you decide to have, is going to go on the back one here. Again, all the measurements will be in my blog. They are all the same width. So these are all 2 5/8 of an inch wide, because this is a 2 7/8 of an inch wide section. So 2 5/8 for all of the pieces that I give you. Now the white one for me is 5 3/4. Okay, and you want to cut down So what I would do is cut 2 pieces that are 5 3/4, pop them together like so, and then mark down 1 inch, and then just cut across. Okay, now because I've got that all lined up, I'm just going to use this as my guide, like so. So now I have, and I'll emboss these in a moment, but I've got that one there, and now I can pop that one in there. Okay. I've then got this pattern piece. So again, same width that I've given you. This is 4 5/8 of an inch. So I'm going to grab this one here, and you want to cut down. So again, if it's patterns, put them pattern to pattern. And this one here, you're going to come down again 1 inch. Well, it's just slightly under, but I think it's going to be 1 inch on all of them. I'm just going to use that one as my guide. And then that one's in there, and that one like so. Then you want another piece. This is 3 3/4 high, and you want to cut down, like I said, it should be that 1 inch. Yeah, 1 inch. So it's easy to remember. So again, I'm just going to cut across this one. And they're both going to go in there. Once I've got my butterflies on this as well, that'll fill all that white space. And then the last one's here, again, the same width, but I've already cut both of those. So these ones here, again, you come down. So these are height-wise 2 5/8, and again, just come down 1 inch, and you'll see they will go in the front like so. So I'm going to get those all stuck down. So that's everything stuck down. You can now start to see how lovely that looks. When you pull that out, you get to see all that lovely pattern. Now I want to attach the front here. Now you don't have to do this if you don't want to, but I've got here a piece of 2 by, well actually it's 2 by 2, but the height is just slightly under, because you don't want it to be seen, because this is 2 inches high. Along the 2 inch side, I've just scored at 1, and I'm now going to add my glue, do one side at a time. Like so, and I'm just going to make sure the bottom is flush with the bottom of the card, and just get that so it's right on the fold, like so, and then put some glue on this side here, and then just lay that down and just pop that over the top. Give that a minute to dry. Okay, so I just started having a play around with my decorations. So I'm going to make this as a thank you card. So these are really nice little toppers that I got from Dovecraft, and you get them in gold as well. You get happy birthday ones as well. And I think there's good luck. There's probably quite a few different sentiments. So if I can find them, I'll share the link. But I want that to go there. But because there's a join and there's foam on this, it would be hard to stick it there. So I always like to make these little attachments. So this is the width of this can be whatever you want. It depends on your sentiment. I want mine thin so it hides behind this. So this is 1/2 inch wide and then 3 inches long. And along the 3 inch side, you want to score at 1/2 inch, 1 inch, 2 inches and 2.5. And you'll see I've used these on a lot of pop-up box cards, anything where I have a join at the front in the middle. I like to add this. It means you can put your topper on and it be completely centered. So now you'll have your 4 score lines. The 2 inside score lines, you want them to both be mounting folds, like so. And then those 1/2 inch ones either side will become valley folds, and you'll see they will sit perfectly behind that 1 inch section like this. We're going to add glue to the front of that, and that's what I'm going to attach that to, and you can see everything gets hidden behind it. These now, either side, will go, let me just get rid of those butterflies for a minute, because you'll see now we've got this fold here. These will stick either side of that fold. So if I do one at a time, so pop some glue there, and I want this to be right near the top, so I'm going to stick that like so. And then open it up, just pop your glue behind the other tab and pop them together. And if you want to make sure that both of them are either side of the fold, in the card there. So the idea is that when you pull this open, this stays completely flat, which means I can put my topper on there perfectly. So I'm just gonna get rid of that. I'm gonna add some more glue to this piece, and I've got a little bit of wiggle room there as well. Make sure that's nice and centered. Yep, that's all stuck. So now when that comes out, that's how it looks at the front of the card. Then I was pulling out all the butterflies. So these I've had for a long time. These are a mixture of ones that some recent ones that I picked up from the range, and then ones that I got from Walmart in China 3, maybe 4 years ago, and I love them. They're acetate butterflies, and the nice thing about these is they've got all this dimension, and they go completely flat. So you can keep these in, you know, folded up in the card, in the envelope, but they will still pop up when the person opens the card. So I've gone for these kind of blue colours, and I've got a yellow one there. I'm just trying to find if I had a smaller yellow one to add in, but I'm going to have one of them actually on there, and I'm going to have them on the front of the card as well when I add the belly band. But I like to attach these with hot glue, but it's best when the glue's kind of just warming up. I mean, I've done it when it's been really hot as well, because it may melt the acetate. So I just pop a little bit just in the middle there, and then I'm going to have that one like so. But you can see all that will not flatten because it's a plastic. So I've got that one there. I wanted to have this yellow one, or maybe I have a blue one, have the yellow one up there. Again, just pop a little bit of glue, only a very small amount. And have that one just on the edge there. So I'm just gonna get this covered with my butterflies. So I've just cut a strip of 1 by 12 cardstock just to match this for the belly band. This is optional, you don't have to add the belly band. Pop it around the back there, and then just bring around the sides. Doesn't matter that they don't join up, because you're going to connect it now with your topper. So I've just cut some of my, using my oval dies there. So I'm just going to grab some glue. So just make sure your belly band it's tight enough to stay on, but easy for someone to slide off. And then I'm just going to hold it all together with my topper. Give that a minute, and then I can just slide that one off. And then I just like to burnish the kind of folds there. So just fold it over, just go over each side like so. And then I have one more butterfly. So I'm keeping the front very plain. It's a thank you card, so the message is inside, but this is just a nice little nod to what's inside. There we go, like so. And now you'll see you'll be able to slide that nicely onto the card like so. So now I'm just going to stamp a message on this piece and get that stuck onto the back. So I've used the stamp, this crafted card, handmade with love, created just for you, is sent to wish you happiness in everything you do, and it's the Card Making Magic Verses. So that's on the back there, ready for me to fill out. And then you can see there how lovely that looks. And that's what you see when it's all displayed. I think it looks lovely, really pretty. I love butterflies. And then it all folds up nicely with its belly band wrapped around like so. There you have it. So thank you for watching today. If you haven't seen the 5x7 version, I will link it here. It will be popping up now, along with the other Cascade card, concertina card that I've done. There's also a picture of my face. If you've enjoyed today's tutorial and you haven't subscribed to my channel, if you just click there, you'll be able to subscribe. And if you hit the notification bell, you'll be notified every time I upload a new tutorial. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll be back again soon. Bye.